The bros are back. The bros are back. The bros are back, and we're ready for the expanse.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right,
we,
we'll go with that. That didn't rhyme, but
yeah,
it's fine. We're good.
it's from a song. It's a parody of a song. If anybody knows it, drop me a comment in the comment section there and let me know you understood that.
And
Um,
honestly, I didn't know where we were starting. We just started.
I mean, I did tell you we were starting.
Could not hear it.
Well, if anybody else can't hear me, I'm gonna try and talk real loud. Maybe this will help. We're having some audio issues
We.
on my end tonight, so hopefully this makes things a little easier. I'll just do this the whole time. But we are the Bros. I am Guy on the left, commonly referred to as Tim. This is Guy with the hair, commonly referred to as James. And we are the Bros. We are actual bros. And yeah, we like to watch shows and give our opinion on them. So tonight, Amazon dropped super early. We were ready. We knew it was coming. We were on top of it. They dropped the premiere episode for the final season of The Expanse. And if you were with us last season, you know, we kind of picked up this whole podcasting deal's a little new for me. But we picked up, we went all through season 5 last year, dropped off season 6, final season here. Baby bro, what are your thoughts going into this season?
Oh, first off, I want to say, why call it a Friday premiere if you're just gonna premiere it at okay, it's GMT midnight, so technically it's Friday, but like, whatever.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but, you know.
they give us a little recap at the start, and I just want to say I'm still kind of not over Fred Johnson. Like, still shocking.
Yeah, I mean, and
The
I think,
fact that
you know, I was thinking this while I've watched this all along. Like, the show all along has been good at, like, they'll give you something, even something major, and then they don't talk about it for a long time, or you don't see it for a
Yeah.
long time, right? And
Yeah.
then it pops back up later. And
you may not even know that it's major at the time, which is just
yeah,
beautiful writing.
And I'll get into my thoughts on that a little more later during the recap. But bro, where just from the top? What are we doing this year? Are we starting from the top every time?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start from the top.
All right, go.
The top is right off Alien Planet.
Yeah,
We
I
have
was.
a cool-
You know, they had showed the girl with the alien puppy dog thing in the trailer, and I was thinking, oh, we're not getting that. That's got to be like middle
Yeah,
of the
I was
season.
like, that's the last scene in the series. That's all they're gonna show.
Yeah.
Nope. First.
Oh no,
Just like that.
Oh no, my friends. We're giving you that off the bat. We get the little baby sunbirds.
Yeah, the sunbirds,
we get
yeah.
whatever she called the thing in the pond.
Gruncher. There's
The
Gruncher. Was it
cruncher,
right?
maybe. We get the something vines like slingy vines or something. What is it?
Slinker. I think it was Slinker because they kept retracting.
Yeah,
like Slinkies.
slinker vines. We get those too. So this is the first time, you know, when we were on the planet in season 4, we didn't, you know,
On
it was
Illis.
yeah, it was all there was no like life, right? It was all like all
It
the
was
stuff
very
that came out.
basic. There were like trees and like fish and like
Right.
monocellular organisms.
We certainly didn't get this.
Yeah, definitely. And she like wasn't even phased, I guess, like because they never these animals would have never known humans, or they would have not known them as predators or anything. So the dog thing walks up to her. The birds are just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like she was a Disney princess for a few seconds.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
loved it.
And I gotta say, this girl, like little girl, that thing, I was like, that thing is gonna eat her. She's done. Like,
It's
like,
20 feet tall behind
yeah,
that bush.
bro.
It's gonna eat her.
Well, because they only showed its head peeking out, right? Like
Yeah,
purpose.
and
I'm like, bro,
they
she
still only
is.
showed the head.
I was like,
Like,
she's about to get massacred. This little girl.
you don't really see the back of the thing even on the last shot, but like this is a new ecosystem. These two things interacting would be devastating for one of them. Either the humans on the planet would die without suits, or they'd start infecting everything on the surface.
But I am interested to see, you know, because they give us the zoom out, obviously, of the new planet,
yeah.
and but we don't really see anything.
They show us the battle platform.
Yeah, we don't
the
see
orbital
anything.
platform.
Yeah, we don't see anything on planet.
Yeah.
So this is apparently a new settlement.
Laconia.
Yeah, look. Well, I was trying to think. I was gonna bring up something that they showed a little bit later in the episode, but it wasn't. I was chronologically out of order.
Yeah, and also I don't think this means anything. It's really just the designation, but they said
planet.
ring 673, planet 2. So it's just like the second one in the solar system.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just not naming them, or maybe Laconia is like the unofficial name.
Well, if you remember in the intros, it was named the Laconia system. So I guess they just kind of adopted it to the name of the planet.
I'm sure we'll get. Well, we may not get an explanation on that, but I think we will.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to show us wildlife on the planet and not revisit that planet later.
Yeah, they can't just tease that.
I mean, it's the last season. You got to get it all in.
And we've got 5 episodes left. Like we're almost at the end right now.
Well, there's only 6 episodes.
Yeah, I know that part
goodness
sucks.
Me. They got to do something, man, because they like. There's
if
no
adapt
way.
The last 3 books, like I don't know, I don't have any idea what happens in the last 3 books, but I know there's a time jump after the end of this one. There's like a 30-year time jump, and then there's a whole bunch of cool sci-fi shit that happens, and I don't know.
Just give me more. Bezos has a ton of money. He can afford to make the rest of the show. Like we don't have to end it.
Donate like 1% of his wealth, and he can make like movies and I don't know.
Come on, Jeff. What are we doing, Jeff? Get on it, man.
Yeah. Anyway, we eventually make it to the intro after they show us the little orbital platform, and this is just one of my favorite parts of the show. They change it every episode.
Always
most
different.
Of the time.
You have to watch.
They showed some pretty interesting things. Like they showed a bunch of meteors in the intro. They showed a lot of people trying to navigate to the rings. They showed the most important piece that I picked up was they show a piece of the ring turning red. They show like that red glow that in season 5 disassembled the Martian cruiser.
And that pops up later.
It does pop up later. I have that in my notes, I believe.
So
but yeah.
Now, did we went to them? They popped out of hyperdrive into, yeah.
Hyperdrive.
Yeah, but I mean, they're investigating something out by a large meteor, right? Isn't that where we went? Wasn't that the next scene? Like
first they show the impacts that Marco and Aros had.
Oh yeah, that was
off.
kind of I kind of considered that almost a part of the intro.
Well, the important part was the talk with Avasarala, where they were just, like saying her line was every hit kills us a little bit more because they were starting to have issues with the atmosphere and with soil. And food specifically. So they had hundreds of meteor impacts, and it was just a real drain on what was going on Earth. Yeah,
so I mean, obviously Earth is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and the Belters are very clear about wanting to kill Earth. Specifically just all of Earth.
Yeah, they're not fans of
which seems like a dumb idea. Like they were just gambling that other planets and other systems would have what they needed.
Yeah, I mean, nobody knows for sure. Like you're kind of like you better be exactly right, or you are killing yourself. Because
Laconia. What if everything is poisonous? Nothing can be digested, and you just die. Like,
or there's a bunch of 50-foot tall puppy monsters waiting in the bushes, and they just
like, what if they flip it? What if like that's the tail? That's just his little tail, and that's actually a face.
It's like it's just his
T-Rex is on the other side.
It's like his finger.
Yeah, there's like 5 more of them, and just hidden in the bush.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, after that we do go back to the Rossi crew, and we see that they are chasing down some Belters and fighting them.
Yeah, and they took care of them pretty easy. Couple PDCs jammed up, no big deal. Just launch a missile at the one, just take care of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't seem pretty easy because they are clearly all very worn down, and they've been doing this for a while.
It did say day 187. I noticed that. I try to take now I've watched the show and you bringing up stuff to me. I try to take note whenever they put something like that on the screen.
Yeah, and that was important too because of the talk that Avasarala and Bobby had on the planet. It was like it was aftermath, right? So it
Right.
wasn't immediately at the end of the last season. This is 6 months ish.
Right. I was gonna say. So are we to understand this is a direct time jump, 6 months directly from?
Yeah,
Okay,
from the
that makes
attack
sense.
on the gate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And of course, there's still great attention to detail on everything that happens in space. Like they showed all the acceleration. Amos, when he went out to repair the ship, he put the magnet on his panels and took it with him, and like those were hanging there in real life.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're on his thing, and like I don't know. They just get me every time. I love it.
It's one thing I've always been consistently impressed by is they really do take great care for the little details like that. And I even noticed there was a cool shot as Amos walks around the outside of the hole where they kind of follow him.
Rotates.
They follow him and it rotates with him and he goes down and then you know the drone comes out and they show, you know, it's just a really cool shot where they kind of went up over the hole, down, and then forward with the drone. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about that is as he's walking around the outside of the ship, he has to step down every time, but he's not actually like getting further away from the ship, right? So like that's the sort of stuff that just makes little twinkle in my eye.
But we do get a little surprise here as Naomi's using the drone. You know, they kind of see something on the rod. I think it's another ship. It's not. Turns out they just stacked a giant engine to it.
Yeah, and it looks like they've been doing this for a while. Like we knew the stealth rocks were just launched. They were thrown. They didn't have any sort of propulsion on them. But it looks like now what they've been doing is just strapping the engines onto them, and even if those get broken up, they're moving fast enough to make bigger impacts.
Sure.
So,
sure.
And they did show. I wasn't sure on the timing, but they did show the railguns blasting apart rocks. That
was at the very beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So I guess that's just how they've been doing this the last few months. And
I don't think they have. I don't think they have because they, you know, as Alvarezrala and what's her name, a Martian
Bobby?
lady. Yeah, Bobby. I blanked for a second. Alvarezrala and Bobby are talking, and she's saying like one hasn't gotten through in however long. So
yeah, but there's still secondaries coming through, so they just
after
bigger
they
rocks.
shoot them, yeah.
Yeah.
But so I think what I took from that is that a big one hasn't gotten through to really do a ton of damage. You know,
and I think
the guy assistant even says like the last one there was only 500 casualties. You know, so it's not like these are major impacts. You know, obviously they all
with
hurt.
them strapping engines onto the rocks, not only can they navigate them, but you can move a much bigger piece. You can just keep accelerating it until it hits the earth, and that becomes a major problem because even if you split it apart with a railgun, there's still like that mass is still coming. It's not really
So
it's not really gone.
Big development there. You know, Holden. Of course, it wasn't going to be as easy as him just go down and check it out, right? I mean, this is a TV show after all. If he just went down and checked it out and it went back up, nothing to do.
But like, of course they would booby trap it.
Right.
Why would they not? And yeah,
everything they have done has been booby trapped. Like everything Marcos has done has had a booby trap.
They're an insurgency essentially. Of course, like, they even talked about like freaking, I think this was at the start, I think this was before this, they're like, yeah, everything, they love improvised explosive devices, they love mines, they love booby trapping things.
They said Marcos likes it. I think they said he gets off on it or something.
They said they like it, and they're like, they do it because he likes it. It really makes his dick hard. Like,
he really. Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
You booby trapped another one.
Yeah, but they do show. Speaking of Marco, we get him and Philip on series, and they are now in seemingly full control of the belt. They have run out all the other clans and tribes and whatever
or
else.
force them to join.
Yeah, or force them to join. And they are running the belts and almost have control of the solar system. They just don't have the trade routes and the food and organics that they need to support people. So they're going through like that stage of the rebellion. Like, how do we actually feed people now?
And I think it was telling Marcos doesn't give a damn about that. He could care less about feeding the people.
Yeah.
Like he just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. From the outset, he's been very singular minded. He's very smart, but he's been very singular minded. He doesn't really care what happens after. You know, I think it's like Heath Ledger's Joker. You know, and he says, "I'm like a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do with you if I caught you." Shout out Heath Ledger. That wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. But yeah, like he wants to fight. He wants to kill. He wants revenge. He doesn't give a shit. Like, what am I gonna do the 40 years after this is done? Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah, no, he's like he's probably planning on going down before it's all over. You know what I mean? Like his going out kamikaze style at some point. I gotta imagine, or at least trying to.
Probably. Like maybe the last just ram his ship into Earth or something.
You never know. You never know, man.
Yeah, we also get a little bit of a rift between him and Philip. Philip definitely doesn't care. We see like even the scenes with his friend, he's kind of not all about the like. I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but
yeah, that's fine. I mean, we could jump some of the stuff in the. I was gonna mention this too. It felt like it was really a big like setup episode. You know, sometimes in these well-written long shows, you get these setup episodes like Game of Thrones when they were at their peak was good about the setup episodes, you know, and it would always kind of seem slow, but like, you know, and with this season being short, makes sense that episode 1 is a big time setup episode because they're just telling you like, these are all the loose ends we're going to tie up in the next 5 episodes.
It didn't even feel slow. It just like the scenes are going by kind of fast, but like they were jumping around, but they feel kind of very connected to each other. It didn't feel like they were separated. But what I was getting at is Philip, even in talking to his friend, he was kind of just like, he definitely seems like he's got some PTSD or depression going on because he doesn't give a shit about the resistance. He doesn't care about feeding people. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna get drunk and have sex with some belter girls.
I mean that's kind of all he's trying to do, right? Like,
and
he's kind of feigns. He kind of feigns interest, even during his dad's meeting, you know. And then later in the episode, when he tries to put in his 2 cents about what to do about, you know, some of their supplies running short, but it's just like he just thinks that that's what he's supposed to be doing, you know.
Yeah, he's not there because he wants to be. And even in the room with the 2 girls, you can see he kind of has like he had like the Vietnam flashback.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, I'm not a hero or whatever.
Well, I guess it's later after
called him a hero.
Well, after he leaves the room and then goes to get drunk with the bartender he's been trying to get in her pants the whole time unsuccessfully. You know, he gets drunk, and that's one of the things he said actually was like, "Oh, I was a hero. I killed the Earthers." Right, you know, and then he turns around and shoots his best friend in the chest.
Yeah, he just straight up just ghosts him, like no hesitation.
Yeah,
There's no talk there.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. Like, I mean, he gets shoved once, pulls out the gun and shoots him in the chest. Like,
yeah,
you couldn't at least throw a punch first, man? Like, come on.
I mean, but the thing is, like, that's like textbook PTSD, right? Like,
no, I mean, I get it. Like, well, like, man, like, I think he's struggling with the fact that like he's definitely not like a man's man. He's not like, and his dad's not either. By the way,
yeah,
his dad's fights like a punk ass. You know, he's
always
trying
someone
to
else do the dirty work for him. Always.
And I think that's kind of wearing on Philip too. He's like, you know, like I did all this stuff, sure, but like I didn't really do it.
Yeah, we haven't seen Marco in a single fight. He's not
No,
been in a
of
space
course
battle.
not,
He
bro.
hasn't been in a hand-to-hand fight. I want Amos to
Bro,
just
he's gonna
wipe the deck
smash.
with him.
He's gonna smash that dude.
I don't know if they're gonna put them together, but if you could just like catch him in a hallway and just like liquefy his bones, I would love that.
And Amos has no problem doing that.
Yeah, he really doesn't. Also, in this episode, let's bring it back a little bit because the Philip
I know I
shooting his friend.
skipped forward,
No, it's
but
fine.
I don't
It's
like
fine because it.
as we know from last season, I got in trouble with the fans because I don't like talking about Philip. I don't like Philip. I think he's a bad character. But you know, the people want what the people want.
I think it's better now. I think this was the best episode with him in it.
I got in real trouble when I went in on Naomi that one time.
Yeah.
The people were not happy with me, boy.
Yeah.
The fans were not pleased with that one.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. You know, you deserved it. Anyways, we do see Drummer and their crew's being hunted, and the Tynon's still there. They're still like helping out the disparate people that they can.
Well, and this girl, this poor girl, Lord have mercy.
Michio.
Oh my goodness. I mean, of all the times to screw up royally, like you can't do that. You can't. And she like, I thought she did it on purpose. I'm not gonna lie, I thought she did it on purpose.
No.
I like her hand was like, how do you just go? Huh?
Yeah,
What
I
are
know.
you doing? What are you doing?
Oops. Like, no. Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous. And they do talk about that. They're like, look, she hasn't slept. She's not cut out for being a fighter.
Yeah,
and eventually,
obviously.
And I keep forgetting her like second in command's name.
Yeah,
I keep
Hold on,
forgetting. It's
I
like Waku or Walu or something. I don't even know if that's right.
I'll pull it up.
But they talk and Drummer eventually is like, yeah, the right thing is we have to drop Michio off. She's just not cut out for this. And like she wasn't harsh about it. She wasn't like, yeah, you suck. It was like, yeah, we get it. It's not yours.
I mean, I would have been, because I would have been like, you almost got everybody murked.
Well, good thing you're not the captain.
Yep. Josip, I believe.
Josip. Okay.
That looks like him.
Probably.
I'm just using IMDb.
I'll say that.
I'm just using
I'll say
IMDb, and he was the last one with a real name on there, so.
Yeah. We do also get Monica making an appearance, talking to Avasarala.
Yeah.
Asking some important questions, like, because they're worried. They think that they're just gonna keep taking meteor hits to Earth until it's dead.
I got a bone to pick with this reporter lady too, because
reporter lady, yeah.
like, who do you think you are, man? Like, she's just the leader, like the leader of the planet, not the president of the United States, the leader of the planet, and you're just like 5 feet and just be like, yo, come on, I mean, come on, we all know that, blah, 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 right? Like, bro, you're just some reporter, man. Like, you're like, what are you doing?
Also, Marco has shown repeatedly that he's not open to like negotiations. He clearly wants something.
He wants blood.
So I think it's kind of a short-sighted. Like, can we all just sing "Kumbaya"? That's not going to happen.
And I think Avasarala says something to that effect as well.
Yeah.
Something like she only wanted, or like he wanted her unconditional surrender, or the vice versa. I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I'll accept is unconditional surrender.
Yeah, so you know, you get that from her, and then she's gonna give Bobby a performance review.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing here? You know she hates the job.
Well, that's why she said they talked. Also,
Oh.
Avasarala getting okay with space now. She said she hated space and spaceships, and now she's just like floating freely.
Well, and also we're about to get badass Bobby the Marine again.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Give me some freaking Iron Man, Bobby.
She's about to go get it. Somebody's getting it. Somebody's getting it.
Just put her on the Rocinante and just like strap her to the front of it and shoot her into the ships.
Bro,
I think that's what we need to do.
She's about to light somebody up, son.
We just like Mad Max her into the ships, right? Just strap her on the front.
Or just give her what was the battle suit armor thing she had? Couple
just
seasons.
her Martian suit.
But wasn't it like amped up or souped up or something? Didn't she grab? She had something extra, I think.
No,
Anyways, I need to see her back in that suit, whatever it was.
Yeah, I want to see her fighting more.
Yeah.
I'll take Bobby fighting all the time.
Yeah.
All right, what else? The only thing I have left unchecked
It's the big one, right?
Well, Holden sees the ship getting deconstructed. That's one thing.
Well, no. So Naomi. So he's right. So they both happen in the same scene.
They show it. They show it.
Yeah, but they both of the big things happen in the same scene.
Yeah, yeah. I'll get to the next thing, but like, at least they know that something's going on. And Holden was like, "That's the thing on Illis. That's the same thing. I don't care if it's separate. It's the same being or object."
Now I don't.
So he knows at least a
did
little.
Did it seem to you? I think, like, to me, it seemed like he thought they were doing that on purpose, like using that deconstructor thing on purpose. Is that what you took from that, or no?
No, because remember, he could feel something when he went through the rings.
Right.
He was like, yeah, it gets a little stronger, a little angrier every time I go through the ring.
Right.
So he at least knows, and that's because of his connection on the station in the ring space.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think he thinks that they're using it. I think he's just like,
Well, I mean,
these things are
I thought that.
okay.
That's kind of the feel. Like I don't know. It just seemed like he thought maybe it was something that was being done on purpose.
I think he's just more worried about the fact that, well, they could wake up and kill us too, because they killed the ring civilization like immediately.
Yeah.
Like he knows they died off all at once, basically.
Yeah.
And then the other important thing that you're talking about is
Yes. Oh, I'm supposed to answer. Yeah. So Naomi, when she pulled the tracking beacon data from the rock engine, she found a bunch of different signals where it had been relayed, blah 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 blah, a bunch of technical stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
We get it, Naomi. You're smart. Okay.
Yeah. You get 3 PhDs or something. Ooh.
But basically, he found what do they call it? A spotter ship, right? Is what they called it. And she found that it has a particular orbit, and this is I'm assuming where our next episode is going. That we are getting them. They're gonna go find this ship, and at least then the Earth's fleet can leave, because they don't have to stay there and keep shooting rocks out of the sky. And then I'm assuming that's gonna also draw Marcos out of Ceres.
Yeah, and we know he's still in the solar system right now. It would take a while for him to get to the Medina station. So like, he's on Ceres. He's in the belt somewhere. They might go out hunting for him, because I would assume they'd be hungry for blood after watching their planet nearly get destroyed.
Yeah.
Everyone would be like, "Yes, let's go kill him, please."
Yeah. So yeah, things are about to break loose next episode.
Yeah.
And I think,
I feel
typically,
like the Martians too. I feel like the Martians that are remaining would still want to kill him as well.
Well, sure, because they're stuck on Mars now.
Yeah, and they said like, oh, there's another Donager class, so they're actively building warships to help with this sort of thing.
Sure.
But it may not. I mean, if they don't stop the meteorites, it doesn't mean enough.
Yeah, but and I think I could see next episode being our big, like, holy shit moment. They always give it to us in the middle of the season. They don't.
They do. It's unexpected, right? It's like in Game of Thrones, it was like
it's always episode 9. It was always 9.
Yeah.
It was always, or well, whatever was the last one before the finale was always the big episode.
Big episode.
And
the Expanse kind of spread them out.
Well, they give them to you in the middle. It usually comes like 4, 5, or 6 out of 10 episodes. So
well, okay. So what was it? Guagamela last season was like episode 4.
Yeah,
and it's like
very early.
I don't know how to recover from this. My heart's beating out of my chest.
Yeah.
And then in season 3, it was in the middle because they split the book that way. Like that was where the second book ended and the third book began. So that's why it was kind of in the middle.
This is gonna make me want to go back and read the books too.
I really want to. If this is where it ends,
I'm
gonna wait because like
with all my spare time.
Yeah, I mean, it can replace some TV.
Yes. But football, basketball season, football/basketball season. So.
Oh, who even cares about basketball?
Oh, how dare you! My alma mater is on TV right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean that about wraps us up, right? I mean, I don't think we missed anything.
I feel like I got everything that time.
If we did miss anything, drop us a note in the comments down there. We definitely appreciate everybody watching us, man. And, hopefully we'll get through these last 5 episodes. We'll cry, we'll celebrate, and then we'll
And
be left wanting after 5 more weeks.
if I'll give it a month, and then if there's nothing announced for books 7, 8, 9, and I'll just punch a wall. I'll just punch right through the drywall in this room.
You got to do what you got to do, you know. But yeah, make sure if you like this, and you know, you can go back and watch all of our previous season. We also did The Boys, which is coming out soon. We'll get on that one again.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. Mandalorian. I know they've wrapped filming already on the new Mandalorian season.
Nice.
We've got
The Witcher in a week.
Oh yeah, Witcher. That was I don't know near enough about that game, or like the first season. I was so confused. I was so confused the first season.
I think it's based on the books though, not on the game. So I don't think you have to know about the game.
Sure. I was so confused.
There was definitely some lore stuff that could have used some better explanation.
I watched that first season twice, and I still didn't understand anything. So, but anyways, but yeah, we'll be back here. I guess if they're gonna drop it every Thursday, we'll do it every Thursday. We'll be back here recapping the episodes, reviewing, giving our predictions. So, bro, let's leave on predictions, man.
All right, predictions. I think we're gonna get left with a cliffhanger about some alien crap happening on Laconia. I just if they can get. I don't. It's not a prediction as so much. I just want it to happen. Is I want Amos to beat Marco lifeless, and then maybe like Holden comes in. He's like, "Hey, Amos, chill out," and then he just shoots him or something. Like that would be perfect end to it because Holden more than anyone deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, Marcos is dying for sure. But I think I feel like they're kind of serious about trying to wrap things up here after 6 episodes. So
yeah, I think it's gonna get wrapped up nicely.
We're gonna move fast, boy. And
we are.
And I think we get a solution to Marcos maybe in episode 2. I think they flatline Marcos either episode 2 or 3, and then we have time to revisit because Holden mentions in this episode like we're gonna need to worry about that later. You know, so they're already telling you like hey,
also
we got to worry about the proto-molecule. You know?
It's like, all right, one thing at a time, but you guys remember the proto-molecule, right?
Yeah.
Like that's still
so
there.
He knows it's out there. He's gonna go back through the gate. They're gonna find something on Laconia that they can harness the power of, or something to fix the deconstructor deal.
Yeah, maybe.
But we're gonna get moving. We're gonna pick the pace up real quick next episode.
Something with the rings is gonna happen for sure, I think. But also, they did show on Laconia. They showed the towers, the same towers that were in Illis, like the protomolecule towers.
Correct.
They looked rusted though, like they were just completely done for. Not like on Illis. So I don't know. Maybe those activate. Probably won't.
Anyway, this is kind of how things go. We recap the episode. We give you predictions. I usually say something crazy that pisses the comment section off. But that's about it, really. So yeah, join us, follow along. You know, like and subscribe to the channel here. For those of us who follow more than just the show on the channel, I'd like to bring the original Sipping Around podcast back at some point. But you know, life and work and stuff happens, so we'll see. Yeah. Maybe we'll bring that back. We might even try and find a special guest for maybe the finale when we go live. Maybe we might do live again. We did a live finale.
I would like to do live.
We did a live finale to wrap up season 5. It was awesome. We had questions coming in from all over the world. That was pretty wild.
We had like one guy from St. Petersburg, Russia.
That was awesome. I couldn't believe it. Why are you listening to our dumbasses? But anyways,
why are you awake? It's like 5 a.m.
Yeah. But anyways, man. So we'll try and get that going again. But you know, if you got friends that watch the show and they want to, you know, check us out and like and subscribe to, that'd be pretty cool. You know, you never know. But anyways, this is the Bros Watch the Expanse. This is, I think it's episode what for us? 11. Season 6, episode 1 recap. I'll figure it out later in the description. But we will be back next week for episode 2. So hang in there.
Yeah.